Welcome back to Limbus Company, Canto 9. Last time we dealt with a much glowed up version of Ebony Queen's Apple, and we got to see a lot of familiar faces, including the Distortion Detective crew, or at least Mose and Ezra, on top of the fact that Ongdu has joined them, and so far all of the named LCE guys are alive? Who knows how long that'll last, though. Also, as you can tell by my Keflin, I'm recording this the morning after. I decided to sleep and finish this in the morning. So there's been a patch, but I don't think they've nerfed anything. The only thing I saw in the patch notes was that they made it so you can't actually use the continue battle function right now because it was skipping story cutscene stuff, and that's not very good, so they disabled it. But it looks like we've got more story to go through now, so let's get to it. Shuraju. Don't forget, the golden bows are kept within a preservation container. Take extra care when you handle it. Okay, we've been working our butts off to receive those shiny twigs, too. We know enough about their worth not to throw them around willy-nilly. And if we think about how many golden bows we have, right? Like, we've got the one from Canto 2, 3, 4, 5, the broken one from 6, so, like, it wouldn't really count that. 7, 8... So like we've gotten a decent chunk of them, all things considered. I wonder if the burnt one from Canto 6 is included in it too, or is that one like I feel like one's not very fit to be grafted with the rest of them, so I wouldn't imagine it, but is it only the ones we've recovered, or could there be more golden bows there as well, right? I don't know. Gregor's comment did nothing to deter Honai, who kept voicing his warning again and again. Alright, lab's that way, and the facility management room is... Ezra was tracing the available routes to guide the LCD team members who arrived with Moses, while others crept down the corridor, alert for any dangers lurking in the shadows. But what was that? There's a wall dropping down. Huh? Hey, watch out, you guys! Are we gonna be separated by a wall? The corridor was thrown into complete chaos. Sinclair, this way! Huh? I can't. It's too far! Is everyone alright? It would seem that a quarantine system designed for abnormally containment breaches has just been activated. Merso had been standing close by and replied in a monotonous voice. And just as he said when I looked around, that was close. That wall nearly flattened us into pancakes. We were but a breath away from disaster. Shabby thing. What a waste of time. Just when I didn't think it could get any worse, it did. Waste of time. Where's Ryoshu, by the way? Ooh, so Sinclair and Ishmael and potentially more people are stuck away, so we're gonna be forced into some combat with less than max sinners, potentially? Or maybe not less than max, but maybe like a set 7. Manager Squire, where art thou? Sinclair and Don Quixote were desperately calling out from the other side of the wall. Hey, I think this is the first time we've ever been so completely separated from Dante. It's very interesting. I remember seeing, like, one of the other things I saw people talking about before the Canto release that would be interesting was the idea of Sinclair being taken away so there'd be no one to translate for Ryoshu, and it seems like that might be happening here. Then we can't even afford to get hurt. I don't see any abnormalities around. No, they've taken over security wall controls too. They've effectively forced us to split up. Not to worry, Zeta Manager. There's only a minor setback. Allow me to assume command of this unit for the time being. Sure. Hello? That's the first thing you're worried about? Should you be more concerned about Dante? This has grown to be quite the predicament. Honheim let out a heavy sigh. Are you right, team leader? I am. At least we have no injured among us. After all the planning, we end up being separated into completely random teams. Let's first check who we have on each side. Okay, it's me, Merso, Gregor, Yisong, and here, also Ryoshu. Okay, that's an interesting group. We've got the detective, Miss Ongdu, and me over here. And, Ishmael, Roja, and me. Otis, too. As for us, Martin, the assistant, LCE team members, and the rest. Yeah, so that's what? Faust, Don Quixote, Sinclair, Heathcliff. The rest! Of whom speakest thou? It is a phrase used by individuals who find it difficult to acknowledge their betters. Thank you, Faust. I love how much beef Faust has with Hohenheim. Like, it happened a lot in Check Up Event 2, but, like, she'll take every opportunity she can to be annoying at him. Me, Don Quixote, and Faust. Then where's Heathcliff, then? Was he the other group and I just missed that? Where's Heathcliff? Like... I'm going to get a secret volume for combined effort. The magic keyboard doesn't work either. It should be able to override the lockdown, but everyone else is accounted for but Heathcliff. What happened to him? Even the LC wasn't having any luck on their side. There's been a minor deviation, but it can't be helped. Advance according to plan. This unit, the LCD included, will neutralize any hostiles within the facility, one threat at a time. We'll assist with you with finding the trail as soon as we're done repairing the security cameras. Acknowledge, the LC and Hohenheim's team will secure the facility management room and prioritize restoring power. As for the executive manager's team, proceed to the laboratory for golden bow retrieval. Things would end up doing the team doing the fighting. What a pain. Okay, so Heathcliff is... You guys just didn't bother mentioning Heathcliff? Yeah, so Heathcliff's with Dawn, Sinclair, and Faust and, like, LCE team. Sure. Alrighty, off we go. I'll take the lead. The rest of you follow me. Wonder if we're gonna, like, see the antics the others are going through, or if we're just solely going to be going through the Dante perspective. Because that would fit, because we usually just stick to Dante's perspective. Usually the only times we see things that Dante doesn't directly see are, like, post-credits scenes, right? Otherwise, it's pretty much always just what Dante knows. And with that, Otis and the LCD's team footsteps fade into the Chistons on the other opposite side. We should get moving too. Although I think just Martin and Mice isn't here will be enough to restore power to the facility management room. Ooh. Glad to see it. There seems to be a lack of proper structure in the generation and distribution of electricity here. It is regrettable the facility lacks a backup mechanism to handle unforeseen emergencies of this sort. For the rest of my responsibility, it's only natural that I would have been too busy to be responsible for facility design. However, reviewed independently, the structure of this laboratory itself is... Fret thyself not over such a trifling matter, young Heathcliff. She's right. With the three of us together, we'll be able to overcome whatever obstacle gets in our way. Probably. The voices of Hohenheim and the other senators also slipped further away into the background. Should we get a move on too? Let us know if you sense the golden bow, Manager Bud. Okay. Heh, the two smokers group ended up in the same team. What are the odds? Yeah, I'm not fully sure why Yisong is here. I mean, I guess he did get the other Valve, so, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, it definitely seems like a very intentional choice of sinners, right? Merso's Canto is next up on the horizon, so it's possible, like, he's going to be important in this Canto to some degree. Gregor is, well, he's the other smoker, as he's saying here, but also in general, Gregor's the sinner who's definitely... He's the sinner whose Canto has ended, who's definitely going to be getting some major focus in the nearish future, right? Definitely with Otis' Canto on the horizon, if nothing else, but... Rodion at least got, like, time-killing time. Gregor still hasn't gotten much of anything, so good to see him here. And Yisong got the other great trilogism, right? I'll never know when the other managed to pull through these working conditions without taking a puff. Rio hasn't been smoking at all this entire time, buddy. There was a time when I partook, but I could not find any reason to maintain the habit. Yeah, it makes sense. He is French. They do love smoking. Oh, there was. What did you smoke? Most things that fall under the category of cigarette. Huh. The whole year of watching you never walk out of line, I pegged you as one hell of a straight-laced fella. I put in both categories of activities, those generally accepted as right, and those accepted as wrong. Through my time among the old League of Blind Literates, I was had an opportunity to engage in a few hits of the substance at the behest of my fellows. Knowing the League, I don't think those were cigarettes, but who knows. That was the one and only time. Everyone burst into laughter, though I found no enjoyment in smoking itself. It's like the one image of, like, the weird little critter, like, inhaling all the smoke. And it's like, no, no, Yisong, you're supposed to let it out. That's Yisong. Ha. That's always the case for first-timers. Must have been pretty intense, huh? What about you, Miss Ryushu? When did you first start smoking cigarettes? Every pair of eyes searched Ryushu's face. But she didn't bother telling us her story, nor did he reveal any signs of unease or anxiety. What we saw on her face was inexplicable exhilaration, thrill, and as strange it may seem, a fury chilling to the marrows. Beats me. I've always been surrounded by cigarette smoke, ever since I was a brat. Yep. Wouldn't have guessed it any other way. You know a thing or two about growing up surrounded by smoke, Greg. It's your turn this time, isn't it? Yeah. So damn obvious that it makes me scoff. How do you feel, Miss Ryoshu? To be faced with the past that stands before you. Simple. It's exciting. All that waiting finally paid off. I notice you haven't smoked one since this whole thing began, Ryoshu. Right. Trying to get used to staying off it. She doesn't like smoking near kids, and she's hoping to get to see her kid again. Meanwhile, back at the transporter truck. Okay. So if they're already jumping around perspectives a little bit, it seems like it might actually happen a bit here. Red gaze, never thought you of all people would have one. Talking about the eyes? Funny, isn't it? Oh no, it's just having connections, I guess. The mighty and powerful Red Geese loses this little tiny bundle of liability from his clutch, and then he suddenly is too scared to even swing his sword right. Not that I don't understand. To have an unwanted burden you can't even push aside or kill off shoved into your care, I know what it's like all too well. Well, I suppose I did want this little thing back then, but I never expected her to be such a nuisance. Lucio's been digging around, and it doesn't seem like you have any connection whatsoever to this half-pint here. Could it be that you've got a specific use for her? It's plain that you need her for something. Explains why you're letting that dead weight tag along. Well, I mean, if you're poking around and you don't even learn that she's, like, an orphan from the orphanage Virgilius, helped run, like, I don't think you're poking around well enough. Like, obviously there's more to it than just that, but, like, Lucio's definitely not very good at poking around if they're still confused. Perhaps she's like my ticket or textbook over there. Pain in the ass you'd much rather kill off, but can't because you need it to make the future for you for come true. Future you long for to come true. We sure have a lot in common, don't we? You. I know why you're provoking me with that pointless rambling. Your friends are on a mission, and you're making sure I don't get in their way till you get the all clear. However, just because my sword isn't cleaving you across your throat... doesn't mean I won't collect your little lackey's head. Keep that in mind. This should be interesting. Do your worst. Yeah, I don't think Valencia, sees Lucia with the same value that Virgilius holds Karen. I'm curious to see how long the textbook I so painstakingly crafted for my ticket will last against the color fixer. Aren't you? Yeah, he's dead. Oh! Oh, that's interesting. Rosé Desire. More Abnos time. Are we going to be forced into using the team that went with the, LCD, potentially? So I've been wondering, because, like, so far, we've only seen one group of normal enemies, right? Those being the mannequins. And we know we're getting the 3 Luxcavations, like, with this update, so I wonder if, like, it'll be, like, mannequins, then, like, maybe Rosate Desire guys is gonna be one of them. Maybe it'll be, like, a normal encounter, not a focus encounter. And then we'll probably have to deal with, like, Index guys or something like that. I'm still thinking Index, but it could be, like, one of the other fingers. Oh no, it's the team with, okay. I'm actually fine with this team. Yeah. It's not really got, like, a theme, but I mean, it's all units I was using anyways. Pretty funny how we don't get any of either of the people who just got new IDs. Hmm. Hmm. We keep running into these mannequins. Is it gonna be Rosé Desire mannequins? Are they made by those nurse fathers? Yes. To be more specific, it's just the ring nurse father. Corporism, an movement that utilizes the interaction between human bones and muscles, and the connection and the elongation themselves, with a splash of cubist techniques, it seems. Corporism or cubists? Is it gonna be like, I guess, because we know cubists are one of like the, so we know like the ring has a bunch of factions because of different arm movements, right? Like pointillist is what like we dealt with in Canto 6, and it's what the IDs we have are from, and we know cubists are another one. So this, it could definitely be that like the nurse father is one of the cubists, and we know Fauvists are the other ones, and we don't know how many there are in total. We just know those three. I'm pretty sure. Nasty. Observe closer. Do you see them? Writings carved into their bodies. The corpses were engraved with a wild scrawl of message carved with a blade. The man shuffling understood that uncanny rhythm devoid of any semblance of will. Dearest, dearest daughter of ours, please play co-center the way the line is curves. Okay, so this is the white one. This isn't the one that was indexy. Yeah. So that means the one with the who had the veil over their face is probably the Pinky slash Lord of Orikawa then? I'm piecing stuff together. From whips we make blades keener than any sword. From femurs we make bludgeons sturdier than any mace. The thoracic cage has been taking this prepossessing yet hardy shape of an arc to keep the heart and the lungs from harm. Preserve the natural beauty of the human corpus and do not infringe upon its primeval precise value. That is the reverence in which the act of creation must be handled, just as musicians handle a priceless instrument. Touch it, if you will. Do your fingertips feel the contour of a blade along the grains of musculature, its tendons and sinews? The bones of the one most desperate for life have become a blade best fit to reap it. Indeed it has, hasn't it? I knew from the fathom of my heart that you could appreciate the true value of this piece, Yoshihide. The care put into this piece I have so painstakingly birthed into the world is greater than that of any other work of mine. The smallest fracture and imbalance could easily instantly render it useless. Once this piece is complete, dearest Yoshihide, I would like for you to wield it. I will. Never had to finish that precious piece he'd always ramble about, did he? Yoshihide muttered to herself. Ryoshu, God. Good job, me. Okay, so it's Rosé Desire correction version of the Corporist Autumn mannequins. Oh yeah, it says Corporist, right? So is it just supposed to be Corporist ring? Let's see. Pink ribbons, is this the bind one? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's straight literally the one from Ishmael. Right, because before this one inflicted by the Avno itself, it was only by Ishmael's ego that did that. Yeah, Urge, 5 stacks of punches SP damage. Okay. When they're defending, if we bother to hit them, you get pink ribbons. Actually, these are just a normal encounter, isn't it? Yeah, so it doesn't really matter too much what we do here. We win our clashes, we get some sanity, and then we should be pretty good. We've got some pretty good IDs here. Yep. Should be good. I didn't look at how many enemies there are. Okay, you're going to be at 2 of the thingy now, but there's nothing we can do about that without, like, just not attacking a bunch, and it's not that big of a deal that I really think we need to just not attack in order to prevent them from getting their, auto fiber thingy going. Thingy. How scary. Okay, yeah. There's a bunch of pink ribbons, bunch of bind. 4 bind and you still rolled 3 for speed though, so you know, could be a lot worse. Cool. Okay, not cool. Okay, cool. Okay, middling degree of cool. We stagger that guy and we might just... Oh no, we don't just straight up kill them because he lost coins, right? Oh well, that's fine. We merce them. Do we stagger with this? We do, cool. No unbreakables for you, buddy. Okay, 8 in total, yeah. That's logical enough. I think, these guys' gimmick has been made pretty clear by this point. Okay, there we go. Yeah, not much happened. Funnily enough, in that fight, like, the enemies never actually got more skill slots, so they were really easy to kill, since we had, you know, had plenty of skill slots and they just didn't. Is this more of the same? Probably. It looks like it'll just kind of be more of the samey type of stuff. Nothing too major. Yeah, it's just the same 3 types of enemies as beforehand. Cool. Yeah, once again, just more of the same. Nothing too major. They're simple enough enemies. They work well, though. They're all getting powered up if you hit their clashable guard thingies. The fingers, hey, I know those. I think I've heard of those before. The elevator up ahead is operational. Oh! No, I think I'm looking too deeply into it. So I was looking at the elevator and I saw like the little logos here look similar to the TLA logo that's crossed out, right? Because the TLA logo is like a Y type thing that looks like this and is the big X over it. But I can't tell if that's actually like relevant or if it's just like part of the mechanism. I can see the light of the elevator beyond the lockdown door. The power returned to the elevators. They can only mean that Hohenheim has arrived at the facility management room. Ah, then, once the elevator was open, LCO agents began pouring into the facility in perfect order. They began hacking and shooting at anything that got in their way. There wasn't the slightest hesitation in their movements, as though drilled into them over countless rehearsals. From the way they never failed to deliver a killing blow to any target that so much as twitched, even when it was already mangled beyond recognition, I could tell they were seasoned veterans with years of combat experience. Very Rabbit-esque. I began to grow certain that these fighters could brush aside any obstacle we faced with ease. LCA's Special Operations Unit, was it? They sure know how to clear a room. Testing? Come in? Oi, give me that! Oi, you alright, mate? Thank you, Heathcliff. I do love how it just says radio, but you know, it's obvious enough that they set the color and then center number. Ah, the heck? No need to shout into the mic, Heathcliff. We can hear you just fine. Apologies, my assistant's temperament leans on the more impatient side. Senator O's conjecture was correct. After arriving at the facility management room, we have been observing the hallways through the device here. The video feed's quality. Well, it leaves much to be desired, but the LCA has arrived at this sector. Confirm that on the other end as well. We visual on the LCA units past the lockdown shutters. But I managed so far as to remove one security wall in your path. It has nothing to do with restoring the internal elevators leading to the other departments. Whichever may be the case, it means that the wounded can now be transported to safety. Not quite. While they managed to send the LCA down here via unknown means, the entire facility has been restored in order to return upstairs. It is indeed a relief, however. It seems that the agents have been deployed to each sector. They should be able to secure the rest of the survivors. Hopefully this means they don't, shoot down anyone who's, still okay. Though I've never been one to be interested in the art of killing and battling, particularly those without even a tangential relation to research, I've heard that they are a rather formidable combat force, even by the standards of the city as a whole. Eyes forward. Lights flickered and... Ooh. 3 LC agents who were advancing while covering the front of their squad simultaneously fell to the floor without so much as a scream. Like a broken lamp, the light past the security wall continues to flicker. Between each flicker, the malfunctioning light, the outline of the intruder's weapon seemed to shift into a different shape. At first, the shadow stretched into the sharp tip of a pick. Then, after several more flickers, it took on the familiar outline of an axe, very much resembling Roach's own. And by the appearance and gear, it is likely that they're the LCA's reconnaissance specialized unit. Most likely in the same vein as the team that arrived at the Monolith retrieval mission. Recon team or not, how did the intruder manage to wipe out such a well-trained team? All on his own. Hohenheim, do you hear us? Indeed. Has the LCA taken care of the situation already on your end? You don't have feeds showing you what just happened, do you? You mustn't step foot out into the hallway. Why might that be? I've just watched the LCA agent take down an abnormality with quite impressive precision. It suppresses such a tricky entity in mere minutes. It's fascinating. This calls for an additional comment on its observation log. The LCA reinforcements sent to our sector. They're all dead. What? For this battle we fought in open field, even the LCA's reconnaissance team alone would have sufficed to avoid defeat. However, this is what happened to prey who forget that they've been snared into a spider's web. They'll never fight on even ground, always drawing the prey to locations where they have the absolute advantage. They wouldn't have lost in an open field, you say? It's meaningless to speculate over what'll never happen. All about, getting control over the battlefield, because then, if you control, where and when you fight your battles, you'll never lose. Look, his prey ensure their demise by walking into his hunting ground. What Alyssa described earlier is becoming more and more apparent to us. A relaxed but disciplined gait. The man for slaughtering dozens of LCA agents slowly turned around to face us, his sharp-dressed shoes lazily clopping against the floor. He seemed to be aware of our presence from the get-go. Light dances around the glossy surface of his white mask. He returned a smile in response to Ryoshi's furious wrath. And his lips part, soundlessly mouthing a sentence word by word. Hi, sweetheart. How did your reviews go? Hey, sweetheart. How did your training go? Yeah, indexy guy. Same old, dull and boring. Dad, that wound on your arm. Did you do that to yourself? Ah, yes. I just stabbed my opponent with a knife 39 times. Through my own arm. The 20th stab was when it really began to hurt. They say the pain of burning hurts at least 100 times worse than the pain of getting stabbed. Did you know that? Ooh, don't like that. So when you have to take care of someone, I hope you won't use fire. Let their death be slow, and their dying breath curses your name on their long descent into hell. And they deserve to watch their lives flash before their eyes in relative peace. Okay. There's like a band-aid. Come closer, you've got a scratch on your cheek, it sure is. It happened during Valencia's class, didn't it? Her methods are simply too violent. She's the kind of teacher who uses the number of scars as a measure of training intensity and effectiveness. Let's take good care of that wound so it doesn't scar. Okay? Whatever. If what Alicia has told us through the transmission is true, then the executive manager is in danger. I'm just as concerned as you are, Otis, but... We're not exactly out of the woods yet either. The security camera feed's working again. Yeah, look, it's pointed right in front of our door, but... Come see, if my memory fails me not, then this man in the tire suggests he is... the middle guy. Yep. There he is. With his funny sword. I guess we now know what happened to the LC in the other sector. Yeah, this guy's practically tearing people apart. Is he shouting something? I can't hear what he's saying through the feed. Yoshihide. He's shouting Yoshihide. Repeatedly so. As he fills the silence between them with a boisterous guffaw. Face split in a wide grin, body convulsing with laughter. What joy did this madman find in this carnage? God, that's an insanely powerful kick! Throwing the guy all the way to the other side of the hallway! The footage is pretty blurry, but do you think he's got a prosthetic leg? Maybe not. I guess a leg completely covered in augmentation tattoos could look something like that. Yeah, that's all the chains are around just that one leg and basically nowhere else. Oh, are you looking at Papa's mighty bear paw? Huh? Huh? Who the heck are you? Who am I? Hi, I'm Kira. I'm trying to remember, like... So, there were a couple of middle people, that were originally going to show up in Ruina that were never, like, properly revealed. But, like, I think someone managed to find them in, like, the files or something at some point, right? Some sprites for some of them. Because originally the plan was, like, in Ruina that there was going to be the middle would show up instead of Index getting more focus, but it was changed for Index to be get a lot more focus, you know? I don't think this person is one of them, but, like, I'm just thinking about it, and I feel like she reminds me more of, like, the middle there, but even then, not really too much. The Ruina middle that we never actually probably saw and only saw in the sprites were weird. A covert approach. Men, battle positions. Oh, you guys got it all wrong. You're watching my Papa work, aren't you? Don't mind me, Kay. I'm not gonna pick a fight with you guys. I'll just hang around here while you guys get the important stuff done. Carry on and watch and work. Your Papa? That guy's your dad? Uh-huh. Isn't he, like, super badass? Yo, did you guys see that? Gosh, the tech's straight up fire! So dope. What a weird person. I've been trying to recreate that myself, but it's not the same, you know? There's a lot of characters being introduced in this Canto. We're definitely gonna be getting a lot of Season 7 IDs. How's he doing that? Actually folded that guy up and tossed him like a baseball all the way to the other end of the hallway. Trade Massacre is no different from a gamer sport. What a contemptible scoundrel you make. Oh, so you're into that kind of character, huh? Sick. I'm a huge fan of him too. Did you read the latest issue of the Cloudburst Blade? There's a new character who talks just like you do too, lifting his bamboo hat, and he goes... Kurokumo? Cloudburst Blade? Wait, you don't know the Cloudburst Blade? Aw, man, I've been trying to sell it to everyone I know, but no one's interested. One of them's obsessed with training all day, one of them talks with their sword all day, one of them just wanders all over the place all day, and the other one, you know what, she said, I think the story goes too far and too many logical fallacies. What the heck kind of book review is that? Like, bro, who wastes time thinking about what makes sense and what doesn't when reading a comic book? Gosh, I don't think I'd ever vibe with that girl. Okay. Anyways, has anyone not even read the Cloudburst Blade? If you did, well... You might have but 4 hours of your time, good sir. Enough. If you thought you could distract us by your non-suddenly prattling, think again. I think she's being genuine here. Otis, I don't see the little nurse felt in this feed anymore. If she's his apprentice, then... Hey, kiddo, what are you doing all the way out here? I haven't asked you not to wander too far. Drat. Yeah, that's not good. And then is the ring person gonna show up for LCE? They've all gone quiet. Hark! Young Ishmael, young Otis, wherefore doth none respond? This is bad. We don't even have the manager with us. We're all in the dark. We must make haste and restore the facility to its operational capacity. The sooner we obtain access to the security wall controls, the sooner we can coordinate with each other. God. I'm really hoping that we're gonna get, like, a battle with one of the other squadrons, and some of the other people tagging along are gonna show up as, like, support units, right? Similar to something like, Z-chan in Canto 7, or how Lindayu was in Canto 8. As luck would have it, we should be able to locate one of the lost pieces of circuitry in this room. These remains. Loring has made its mark here. Oi, don't force yourself to look so hard at them. No, disgust as an emotion holds very little sway over me. Sure, buddy. It's just that, boss, don't look at their faces and try and tell who's who. Right, I lost my focus for a moment there. Let us carry on. What? Is there anything you wish to say to me? This is highly irregular, but it seems that Faust also expressed agreement with Honai. Agree with what? That we must restore the facility with as much haste as we can employ. Okay. No, like, big encounter for them yet. This is very interesting. A lot going on here. The Nurse Fathers, it's a 10 turn, so it'll probably be... I mean, it's Wrath and... It might just mean more of the same... I mean, it's called Nurse Fathers, but, like, it's only a 10 turner, and it's the same type of Affinity, so it might just be another generic encounter. I guess we'll see, right? There's a story, at least, even if it's after. Okay, no, it's before. Leaving behind the perpetrator of the carnage, greeting reaching the other side of the security wall. We know the troops make our way toward the lab. Mr. Yoshi, perhaps this question of mine is one you may not wish to grace with an answer, and if it indeed it is, do feel free to let it float past. What is your connection to these so-called Nurse Fathers? Your relationship with them does not seem to have been brewed in mere bad blood. In the change in your countenance, I sensed a flash of something almost imperceptible. I haven't put all the pieces together just yet, but they were Nurse Fathers. My fathers who forged the sword that I am. Okay. Ah, that explains everything. Okay. More of the same question mark? Probably. Okay. Yeah. Same sort of thing. Is there gonna be a post? There could be a post-battle cutscene for this one, but there might not be. There's a pre-battle one, and that's enough for it to count as a story battle combo node, yeah. Cigarettes and the Nurse Father. Clear stage. Okay. Now this is gonna be the boss fight. Yep. Which one is it though? Cigarettes and there's... Is it going to be Index 1 immediately? I guess we'll see. Still only 4 people, yeah. Well, this is gonna be interesting. A boss fight where we've got less people is actually a really cool idea. Boss fights where we actually get to double up on skill slots. Looks like we're here. It's the lab. The LCD and LC haven't reached out again since the last transmission. I can only hope that no misfortune befell them. Hey, Manager Bud, pick up on anything? I mean, the Golden Bow, if those people got to it before us. I guess they'd never make us battle, you know, using the sinners that weren't with Dante, because then, you know, if they die, they're just dead forever. Not yet. I don't think they did. It's still in there. Is that right? I guess I should be glad we still have a chance. Gregor mumbled it in a gloomy tone. Honai will be relieved to hear this. He stepped into the lab. The lights were off. It was completely dark inside. If the assailants were indeed after the Golden Bow, what could they possibly want with it? As evening grows, my thoughts noticed that Ryoshu had stopped in her tracks. Ryoshu? There's a stench coming up from ahead. A sickeningly familiar one. Even in the cloying darkness of the unlit lab, Ryoshu seemed to notice something out of place. You smell something? I don't smell anything other than your cig. Ugh. Oh yeah, you've not been smoking for a hot minute. Only silence welcomed us in the lab. Can you hear any breathing? But there really was without a doubt. The stink of cigarettes and a chilling, disembodied sense of dread we couldn't exactly put our finger on. When I left that place, I remember feeling a strong contempt for someone. It had to have been. We were staring muddling as though she was gripped by the chill. Though she wasn't speaking to me, though. It seemed as though she was wading through a bog of mutilated memories to cling to her emotions at the moment. Dihui Star, you... Pinky? All along, you've wanted to make me suffer to the bitter end, haven't you? What a dastard. You think I'm the one making you suffer, Yoshihide? Oh, that's the one with the... Yeah, this one. The one with the veil over. Dihui Star. You think I'm the one making you suffer, Yoshihide. You do realize here that you've always been the one obstacle in my life, don't you? The only way for us to get even. Yoshihide, it never stops. The sound of the fetter around my feet, rusted and heavy, how it clinks and rattles. In that vision of the past, Ryoshu raised her sword in an agonizingly slow motion, unsheathing the blade that we have never seen revealed before. A white blade of such unfeeling purity, devoid of even a trace of mercy beneath its pale edge. In a split second, I was blinded by the glint of the blade. Ryoshu clutched the hoodie's figure's jaw in her crushing grip. Then, without a moment's hesitation, she drove the blindingly bright sword into the figure's mouth. Cut her tongue off, yeah. Gah! Ryoshu pulled the sword out in a single swift motion. Splat. The figure coughed her thick glob of blood and a piece of her sliced tongue. Ha! 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 She spat out more than just a bloody chunk of flesh. A guffaw hacked its way out of her mouth. The triumphant laughter of one who just seized the victory of one's life. With a deep, ragged breath, Ryoshu let the sword fall from her grip. She stood rude in her spot, staring at the flailing figure with a look of pure confusion. ISOTPITA. P might be pinky? The pinky is the answer. I sliced off the pinky. I sliced off the pinky's something... tongue? And see a sense of the past in the air. Okay, I was completely reading that wrong. Whatever. That's fine. And right now, right before Ryoshu's eyes, the vivid presence from the memories of the past came to fight life in the form of a white silhouette. Her hands lay brushing the lips beyond which no tongue laid, as if to remember the absence of the organ that Ryoshu had so mercilessly cut off. What a weird visual effect she's got going on. Like a lone watchman had been keeping vigil, awaiting our arrival. Ha. My mouth had lost its tongue, facing Ryoshu without opening even once. But I think I heard a whisper of a hollow sigh escaping between her lips. Because of my 5 fathers, I had to leave behind the single most important thing in this world. And that is why I must take it back. So happy to see you again, Ryoshu. I mean it. Such were the words my master bade me to relay. The pinky nurse father, as my master, expects naught from my insignificant self. And but a blade and rustling amid the quiet turn of nature, doomed to ever endure the dullness of today's and the emptiness of morrow's. And therein, owing to your pursuit of the spider's thread, I am once again granted a chance to carry out my master's will. Another talker. As our apprentice approached, Ryoshu's nurse father slowly stepped away, toward where the container of golden bows lay nestled, emitting a soft glow. The preparations are complete. I trust you have not forgotten the plan. What is that? Where the nurse father led, a figure clad in steel armor entered. What the? The armor looks a little too crude to be a piece of gear imbued with advanced technology. Is that Ryoshu's daughter? It looks akin to the torture device we'd previously seen in the basement of Sinclair's home. No flesh, no blood, no bones to show. In a fight? For an artwork meant for my eyes, its aesthetics are lacking in class. So probably not then. What is that? Keeping your mouth shut in a moment like this. Do not teach you there's no beauty to be found in it. I want him here. Where is the ring, nurse father? The armored figure answered Ryoshi's question with a swing of their huge sword. We need to take care of this quick and track down the golden bow. Let's fend them all off. Starting to pick up the rudiments of aesthetics, clock. Or does I demonstrate the meaning of AOS? Huh. Are we not fighting the actual nurse follower then? Just like this guy and the robot thingy? Ren. Moonlit Ozzer Blade. Can 5 shield for every stack. Lose 1 stack when hit. Okay. So you just have a lot of shield and we need to hit you a bunch to get rid of it. Attack skill end, deal number of slashing anything quite the time, send slashing against target, another stagger to do this damage. Okay. Interesting music. Very interesting music. Attack skill end, yeah, so we just take 10 flat damage for every slash skill this guy crits with. In 50, SP cannot drop below 0 as long as you have it. Any SP damage turns into gloom damage. Clash power -2 against things there. Ryo should take much less damage from the move. So Ryo does the most damage, but has more trouble clashing. Poise capped to 25, and its poise will convert to Moonlit Ozzer's Blade. Okay. Are these gonna gain poise? Gain 8, gain 8. Gain 4 count. Skill slot using this attack is the main target attack skill, gain 2 for your poise count. Okay, so we need to attack these directly in order to reduce the poise count. We need to win the clash too. Okay, Ryosha gets double slotted here. Yeah, okay, skill slot +1, more data type, spider, staggered meter, curve, and stag. Okay, so this thing again. Alright then. Well, we want to clash everything here, but who knows how likely our odds are of that going well. There's a chance some of our stuff is going to be evaded, which is unfortunate, but, we want it so you gain less poise. Even if we get fully evaded, it's still less poise for you, so that's good. I assume next turn you're going to go on the offensive. Maybe you'll do a thing where every, like, 3 or 4 turns you do a defensive turn to build your poise back up. Something like that would make sense. Let's try getting your Moonlit Blade down, though. Oh, that one. Oh. Well, that's fine. I was thrown off for a second there, because that was where Ryoshu's skill 3 was going to clash against, but instead the one-sided attack went for it instead. Luckily, because we've got, you know, Ryoshu's good at hitting a bunch here. Okay, so a little bit of dodge, too, that's fine. Not too much poise, that's manageable. Are these unbreakables? No. Was this every passive? I need to check. Yeah, okay, it was. Okay, so we don't gain more skill slots, so 5 is the cap for this fight. Good to know. Nothing to... Okay, Clash lose poise count from that one. We need to be careful about that one, because Ryoshu... Actually, it's not that big of a deal. The only way Ryoshu gets forced into dealing with this one is, if, like, we had one of these two clashing it, yeah. How can we fare against some of these? What's our best odds for those? Probably that? Yeah. Okay. A lot of favorites, but it should be fine. Yeah. More poise for you, that's alright. Not the worst attack that could have landed. Honestly, if we let sub-attacks land just to get rid of this guy's poise, that would be good. We will take a bunch of damage in that situation, but it's not the worst idea. Purposely letting some of the attacks that aren't as scary go through just to get rid of some poise. Stiletto. Two more skills we haven't seen. Let's see. Yeah, I don't really want that one going through, though, and this one would gain more poise count anyways. Just these two again. Yeah. Alright. Probably aiding strike this. Probably rest chance. Yeah. Looks good. You deal with this probably. We'll... Okay, Ryoshu's gonna be the one who deals with that one then, yeah. Try that. Should be good. Actually, because we weren't... Actually, we needed to manually target it, so I forgot about that. Because it's not about, like... It's not that matter... It doesn't... I'm just tripping over words here. It doesn't matter that we actually, like, deal with the skills as much as it matters that we're targeting it by an offensive skill. I didn't look at your Moonlit Blade stack, but it's got to be getting low by this point. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's a bunch of poise. Kind of a misplay on my part. Oh well. 11, cool. Yeah, those are the last two skills. Combat Starking, okay. Don't need to worry about that one at all then. Cash for res speed, combines 1 every 10 Moonlit Blade himself. Not too bad then. Yeah. We do have Tangle Cleaver. Could pop that. Not the best odds. What do we have for egos? We actually can't use any egos now. Do we take off your hat? Something like that. That's actually not a bad idea. I kind of need to do this here. Yeah, it's the only thing that has decent odds, I think. Like Ryoshu, neutral. Okay, let's try this. It's our best chance of winning that clash, so we'll roll with it. This guy does have guaranteed crits now, and we don't really have a way to get rid of the poison time, but... Yeah, bunch of shield this turn, but you should run out of Moonlit Blade, so that's good. Alright, nice. We'll probably take off his hat next turn. I like how I just call, like, using his counter, taking off his hat. Because, I mean, it is what he's doing, right? Okay, this might still do a decent chunk of damage. Yeah, that's fine, though. That is the only unbreakable coin, or only unbreakable offensive coin that this guy has, so... Shouldn't be too big of an issue most of the time. Cool. Well, you are out of your Moonlit Blades. Are you gonna go through anyone anytime soon? No, okay. So we're not gonna be able to finish that off. Okay. This should be going pretty well. We're gonna chip this guy down now. Should be able to get rid of a decent chunk of poise. Oh, that's it. Oh, now the Ring Apprentice Albina's here. Late Fascia's a sleepyhead. Okay, this has changed a lot. This character still seems to be mostly the same. I guess we can't deal with your poison much because we need to focus on you. How do you work? Is Fascia the name of the actual, like the ring? Father? Maybe. Okay, unique charge. At 2, gain art with Fascia, gain base power up. Geez, 4 is a lot. Looking blade with inflict additional. If they have it, they use a powerful attack this turn. Hit by attacks using this attack will gain impact around armor. Repressed flesh, yeah. Very puppeteer stuff going on, that's for sure. Less damage, less HP damage from status effects. Using stagger, gain protection to its level shield, equal to 10% its current cheese. Okay, so we want you to... The general abyss seems... We want you to build a corpse ingredient so you use your powerful attack, which is repressed flesh. Then we want to hit you before you actually use that a few times, so it's weaker, and then your defensive stuff gets weakened. Let's see, which of your skills gives you it? On hit. Oh, it's Unbreakable Coin on hit. Yeah, so you're gonna get it no matter what from that. And is that it? It seems like it. Totally want to win that clash though, yeah. And we just we did gain a bunch of skill slots as soon as you showed up though. Your poise isn't doing too good. Sounds like we've got a good way of saving it though. Yeah, no poise count there. Yeah, you're gonna run out of poise. Nothing we can do about it, I think, at this point. Let's see. Does that do that one well? No. How about one of these? That's decent. That's probably our best odds, though, yeah. We'll clash against you, but otherwise still try going all in on Ren. Because he seems a lot more easier to kill. You're gonna take some time to take down. We actually just start stacking that up on you. That's not bad. Because it looks like... Oh, we're actually not going to be able to look at... Wait a bit on that one. Don't need to bother about that one. Yeah, okay. Big lost res turn right now. Shame we don't have enough ego to, like, pop, like, Contempt All or something, but that's fine. We push on regardless. Yeah, there goes our poise with this attack. Okay, should stagger Ren this turn though, so that's good. That was an 8 skill slot fight, by the way, because it's 7 and then the additional one Ryoshu gets. Okay, did you just like grab his organs? Is that what that was? It looked like it. Unique. Okay, cool. There's the stagger on you. And we still have another turn before the big turn we need to deal with Albina, so we can just go pretty heavily into Ren this turn. Or this next turn, I should say. Oh? That attack didn't go through. Oh, there he goes. He retreated. Never mind needing to worry too much about that, then. What then? That's just kind of annoying, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. What's our best odds against this? I don't really want to do that. Stiletto Doppio actually looks good. Cool. Send that then. Yeah, we'll keep on getting bleed count, but as long as we don't have any bleed count built up, that's not too big of a deal. It's just a little bit of damage each time we attack you. Now that attacking you really does too much for us anyways, yeah. Whatever. It is building up though, it is because of how it works. That's a bit annoying. Maybe I should be more worried about that then. Well, we do get deep wound on you. Yeah, you're taking Gregor's organs. Please stop doing that, not very nice. Okay, and now you're gonna big attack turn. Did I not clash that or something? Okay, I don't know what happened. Yeah, repress flesh. Matrix Iron Maiden spikes. You see. And the turn once per encounter. Okay, once we get you 60%, you're just gonna get better. That's kind of mean. I might just sun shower this for the safety. That should be good, yeah. It looks like a neutral, but by the time we hit you a bunch, you'll have all that impact rattled armor stuff, and it won't be that big of a deal. So there, we run out of ammo on Mirth now, so that's unfortunate, but it's just kind of what happens. Should still be able to do good damage. It's not like those old ammo units who just become unusable once they run out of ammo. So now your protection and stuff shouldn't be as big, but it'll still be a big. And this might be a bit of a longer fight. Yeah, we did not need to sun shower this at all. Heads though? Darn. That's really unfortunate, actually. We need to build his sanity back up now. I might try just spamming defensive skills and just only clashing what I need to up until the next repressed flesh turn. Nice job, idiot. Okay, well we can do good damage this turn, God. Your Tremor's actually doing really good. Is that good? Do I want to ego or anything? I don't know. I could regret, actually. I should have done this a lot earlier, but... I mean, I've got the Wrath. Unfortunately, we've done it once we're all out of ammo, so a lot of our funny abilities aren't quite to the fullest anymore, but it's still good, right? We're probably going to bring you to 60% this turn, though, yeah. Yeah, okay, well at least I got the ego passive first. I feel like I probably just shouldn't. So that's how I'm gonna read the situation at hand. Okay, cool. That works. Save that. Actually, no, you'll get... I'll save it. Build that up on you a little bit. And we kind of want you to clash. Otherwise defensive skills and just kind of play it more safe. Don't really need to play it safe here, but like we're just gonna take a lot of damage we really don't need to take if we just keep on attacking you. Just do enough to build up Night's Owl. Oh, there's just dagger actually. That's convenient. Oh, and you retreat now. Oh wait, no? Refrain from any deviation from the plan. Has my humble self neglected and impressed upon this matter many times. See? Fascia has begun to pulse. Okay, Fascia is just what you call the weapon, then I see. I haven't seen Fascia tremble like so in a long while. Why don't you give her some time to chat? This place involves no outward expression of such selfish desires. The plan that involves only the observation of the warming, reddening flesh while our own heart beats slow. That plan isn't Fascia's liking. Her tendons have tightened. Yet we must learn to remain tranquil before these common beats if we are to adhere to the wills of those who are our masters. I've always been so curious of the Maestro's child, forever lost. Why not let us at least prepare a marquee? Marquee? It has become apparent that this glorified executor is not our place. Clearly, it is about time our branches are pruned. With that, the man who stood in our way leaped toward the pulsing great sword of flesh and devoured a powerful strike. This may be our stroke of fortune. It seems that in the chaos our presence has slipped their minds. Ah, the golden bow. Letting the dull pain squeezing through the grooves of my mind, I turned towards the spot from which the sensation surged forth, and saw Ryoshu standing there. In her eyes burned hatred and fury, a glare that would easily have had me believe that she would unsheath the sword from her back at any minute. At the receiving end of that glare was the veiled figure who'd been watching our battle without a word. The Pinky's nurse father simply stood there, meeting Ryoshu's wrathful gaze as she did in the fragmented memories. Then she withdrew into the shadows, the darkness slowly eating away at her shape, before disappearing from our sights. Dante, have you found the golden bows? We must... No. We were too late. I felt the dull pain in my head lift as I pointed where the veiled person stood. The golden bows that should have been there were gone. What remained in their place were dozens of cigarette butts, the same kind that Ryoshu smoked, piled up like a thick layer of dust. That's not good. Oh, and that's it for now, it seems. That was a cool fight. Honestly, it felt like kind of a short fight. I was expecting it to be honestly felt like a really simple fight. I think they wanted to keep it simple because you're limited to 4 certain sinners, right? If you're limited from going all out, they don't really want to have anything too tricky. Very cool, though. Very interesting characters. We're getting to see more of the... two more of the apprentices. We've seen every apprentice but the index one now, yeah? Mm-hmm. Because in these two, we fought against Lucio, and we saw, Kira. So yeah, we've been introduced to basically all of the major characters now. And we're gonna have to wait a week to see what's just gonna happen next. I'm surprised we didn't get some, like, big, like, Ryoshu, like, flashbacky thing here. I was kind of expecting that. I knew this would probably be the end, but I was expecting another cutscene or something. It's a very interesting place to end it, but I'm sure there's gonna be some big stuff next week. But anyways, that'll be all for this time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!